Hello and welcome back to Half a Clue film movie review. I'm joined by
discussion
or we're like a board of experts.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's fun fact for you. The name Half a Clue is because we're not experts. That was the
exactly.
idea. We kind of know what we're talking.
Even though
about.
Miles is a judge for the Sundance Film Festival.
He's a judge. You just made me think of that BoJack Horseman episode where he has to like judge the asses or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever. Anyways, I'm Blake. I'm joined by Jason.
That's me.
And others.
The rest.
Okay, I won't even say hi then.
Say hi.
Hi.
Who are you?
What's your name?
My name is Miles. I am on this podcast, and I don't like movies.
We're gonna
Ron,
cut
what's
all
your
this
name?
out. I'm Ron. Hi.
Whose pick was it this week?
Blake, I think it was yours.
Oh my God! Someone should
Yeah.
ask me what
So-
my pick is.
For this week, which film did you pick for us to discuss?
I picked The Passenger from 2023.
Oh my gosh. Is it based off that Iggy Pop song?
No, that's a good song though. That's what they opened Dexter New Blood
Is this
with.
the Chris Pratt movie?
Oh wait, maybe it's not the Iggy Pop one.
Whatever.
Is that the,
Wait,
whatever.
is Chris Pratt in this movie?
No, that's Passengers.
Passengers. yeah.
Passengers, which I've
Yeah.
never seen, but Ron has talked about. 'Cause
I've not seen either, but I watched, was it like Nerd Sync? I think did.
he made
not
a really
Nerd
good
Sync.
video.
Nerd Writer. Yeah, he did a video about it, which I was like, oh, interesting. I still don't want to watch the movie, but
Well, he
it's
made
an
a
interesting
video
thought experiment.
basically pitching it as an entirely different movie.
Yeah.
It's like this would be good if it was.
If it was just completely restructured,
Yeah.
really. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that movie.
We're here to talk about The Passenger from 2023.
Yeah.
I picked this movie because I like it. That's about as far
Wow.
as it goes. I
Sweet.
watched it about a year ago, I think, and I thought about it often. And I was like, when we're not doing a gimmick month, which we're about to do, but when we're not doing a gimmick month, I'm going to pick this movie. So I picked it, and we all watched it, and now we are all going to discuss it.
I thought you were just obsessed with Kyle Gallner.
That is part of it, I think.
I do like Kyle Gallner. I'm not like we have friends that are obsessed with him. I like
Yeah.
his movies. I don't like exclusively watch Kyle Gallner movies, and I've only seen like 4 or 5 of them. Like he's been in quite a few films in the 2020s. He kind of blew up.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah, he kind
How
of.
come I never heard of him until we watched Dinner in America then?
Because he really only blew up in like 2020, and I think he is in a lot of like smaller indie movies. Like he's not really in the bigger ones.
He was in Jennifer's Body.
He was in Jennifer's
He
Body.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the emo guy.
He's the one that
Oh.
gets killed by her. But like he's one of those guys that just kind of popped up in a lot of like movies in like the 2000s. And then now he's really kind of getting his spotlight, at least in the indie world.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, if you're an actor who's trying to like, really prove themselves, that's the place to be to do it, and to like really kind of, lay the groundwork for your career so you can build a following, kind of have like, a little more respected generally.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure he'll get like a big fucking budget franchise film.
Yeah,
Like,
eventually.
Yeah,
eventually.
Marvel will come knocking at some point.
He'll play like Thor's son or something one day.
Yeah.
But anyways, do you have history for us, Ron?
Yeah. So released in 2023, The Passenger is a psychological thriller that emerged from Blumhouse's continued push into smaller, character-driven genre projects, which I knew nothing about this movie going into it. And as soon as I saw Blumhouse, I was like, oh, interesting. I was like, this could go a number
Either
of
way.
ways. Yeah. The film was announced in 2022 as part of a production deal with Epix, now MGM Plus, which is one of the most useless streaming services. Sorry, MGM. With Carter Smith attached to direct and Jack Stanley writing the screenplay. The project was conceived as a contained, road-based thriller focused on character psychology. Principal photography took place in New Orleans in April 2022, and the film was ultimately released digitally by MGM Plus on August 4th in 2023. It's a real riveting history, I know.
One thing I did want to bring up, and I'm glad you did already. I'm a little
Yeah.
sad this never got a theatrical release. This would have been a
Yeah.
great movie to see in a theater, I think.
I agree. It's it's a bummer, but it's like I think it was kind of in that post-pandemic
Yeah,
landscape.
It was in that era.
It's just people were like studios were still nervous about like really committing, and also this movie came out around the time of one of the strikes. I think it was a writer's strike around that time, which made it so they weren't allowed to do any promotions for the movie
Yeah.
either. So it just kind of came out. But yeah, it's honestly it's mixed. Mostly positive reviews, especially amongst like audiences and stuff. It really kind of what helped develop a cult following, which is great.
Yeah, because this movie definitely got around word of mouth. I think it is the least talked about movie from Kyle Gallner's kind of run from like the 2020s. But it I feel like a lot of people did end up just watching it from word of mouth, which is cool.
Yeah.
But do you guys want to do initial impressions?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Miles, you start.
I actually really enjoyed this movie. I think beforehand you said that I probably wouldn't like it.
No, I
But-
just said I
yeah.
wasn't sure.
Yeah. No, but I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was very intriguing, and I really do like when they put out a main character at the beginning of a movie, and then it really turns out that that's not really who the movie's about, right? Because at the end of the day, it's really exploring kind of a secondary character more so than it is the main character, and they're more so using the main character as kind of just a tool.
Well, I'd say it's more about the main character's journey, and then the secondary character is kind of there to push along the plot. So I actually disagree.
You think it's opposite? to
Yeah,
what I'm
kind
saying?
of.
Okay.
I agree
Well,
with Blake, but
I don't know. I felt like I was getting more emotional depth out of Kyle Gallner's character than,
Well, I think you
than
get
the
it
main
from
character.
both of them, I think.
Well, just my initial impression, I kind of going off what you're saying. When this movie starts off, you really think that, the scene where like the bully's making Bradley like eat that burger and everything. I thought he was gonna do something. I thought he was gonna have the inciting incident. I didn't know. I was not expecting someone to immediately shoot up the place, but I thought like, all right, we're gonna follow this guy. He's gonna have his breaking point or something, and then it immediately pivots to where Benson is the one that grabs the gun and then just blasts everything, and then what's his? I can't remember his name. Randy, aka
You called
Bradley.
him Bradley, which is his last name.
Bradley, yes, it
Which
is
is
his
a
last
great running joke throughout the movie, by the way.
Yeah. His like kind of just passiveness and response is like what really kind of I think helps adhere him to you a little bit. Like you kind of puts yourself in that situation. You're like what would you do? And there's a lot of that throughout the movie that I think is
What would you do?
I don't know. Probably not that far off from what like Bradley does. It's like dude's got a shotgun pointed at you, and but that's like a great source of tension. That's like the main tension, obviously, throughout the movie. But yeah, my initial response was like I was totally surprised that it just pivoted that hard, and it just immediately
fast.
jumps into like this crazy scenario. But
On that, I wish I hadn't known the title of this movie a little bit, because I feel like I kind of felt like, okay, he's going to be following Kyle Gallner around, right? Especially like when he helped clean up the bodies and stuff. I think it would have been really cool if they had kind of left it like where you didn't know, if you didn't know the title of the movie, you might have just been like, oh, he could die at any second here. Like, it's just like one wrong turn and he's gone.
yeah. I mean, that's
I don't
the
know.
tension of the
Yeah.
movie, though, is like he is literally,
Got a gun to him.
and he's just following around this guy, or he's with this guy who can kill him at any moment.
yeah,
And like that's what's so great about the opening is that like you see that he just doesn't give a fuck. He will murder someone for
Nothing.
basically no reason. I thought he was just gonna like beat the shit out of the bully. That's where I
Yeah.
thought it was going, and I thought he was gonna be like the quiet like hero kind of character, but no,
Nope.
nope.
And we should talk about. I guess I'll give my quick re-initial impression. One of this, the opening is a strong point for me because I walked into this pretty blind, which I think you should do. This is a movie that I think is best completely blind. And you're like, okay, like Randy Bradley's getting bullied. Kyle Gallner's kind of a weird guy. Oh, okay. Oh my God, he's got a shotgun. Like it very quickly amps things up because I
Yeah.
feel like you do get a little nervous when he walks out, right? He walks out, he lights up a cigarette. You're like, okay, he's just calming down. Then he's going into his trunk. You're like, I don't know if I like necessarily where this is going. It's just such a shocking opening because it starts out so mundane, right? Like it starts out with that dream sequence, but
yeah,
after that, we get him waking up, going to work. It's, boring. Everyone's worked a boring fast food job, right? Like you're just doing boring fast food job things. And then suddenly you're like entrusted into this like violent story, and I think it does that very well.
Which I will say, the dream sequence to me, I like and hate what it does, because probably for the next 45 minutes after that dream sequence, I was just waiting for shit to turn supernatural. Like, I don't know. It had a very supernatural, like, horror type movie vibe to it.
I didn't think
from
so.
that opening scene. Well, I think it's just the way that the kid looked and what was happening, and the room was like all white.
It is very surreal.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, like, what's that one movie?
Suspiria.
Was it There Will Be Blood with the kid?
No. No, well, I mean, There Will Be Blood does have a kid in it, but like,
with like
I don't think that's the one.
Sorry, no. There's this movie with this like creepy looking kid, and it goes like all supernatural. I can't remember right now.
Stranger Things.
No, there's a lot of those, right? So I was like, and knowing your guys' likes of crappy horror movies, I was like, dang it, it's going this route. Fortunately, it didn't, but.
I mean, I feel like we have this argument every time, but like I feel like this movie could qualify as like a horror film in a lot of aspects, but like specifically in like I want to say like the first like 30 minutes or so, just because again the shooting scene, it's like it's really visceral and
Very much
horrific.
puts you. It very much puts you in the main character's like shoes, like point of view, where it's like you feel like you're at work and that's happening.
Yeah, it's like holy shit, and then them cleaning up the bodies and everything, and then there's like and then there's a scene when they go to Benson's like house, and just like not to jump the gun too much, but like the set design and the way that house like looks and feels, it just feels like claustrophobic,
Gross.
Yeah,
The set design in general in this movie is pretty awesome.
It's
I
very good.
love the manager at the burger place's office.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just so fucking gross and like
dingy and like
Yeah, just
dark.
The
disgusting.
I worked
He's
fast.
watching porn while people are getting killed.
I worked at a fast food place a long time ago, and that feels very accurate. Like the
Yeah,
set
the-
dressing, it's a very, and also like his Benson's house, it's really gross, and also the way they shoot it. There's that great shot where he's like framed by the
hallway. Yes, that's exactly the shot I was going to refer to. Yeah.
Visually, I think it's just a really strong movie.
Yeah.
In general, but yeah, you are right. The set dressing's great.
There's just like that slow push in, and it's just like what is about to happen right now? Because the mom is asking questions like, "That doesn't look like ketchup. Can you pass me the phone?" And it's like, is he gonna do something to this? Is Benson gonna come back and do something to the mom? Like why are they here right now? I don't know. It's very tense. But yeah, back to the production design. Even apparently they built this burger place like from scratch. They like cleaned out some other business and just built it to look like a really shitty Burger King from like the 80s or something, and or maybe the 70s. And it's just like, and yeah, just as like it looks great. There's the muted colors kind of throughout the movie, except for the ending. The ending is like the high contrast, like the saturated neon colors.
Oh,
and
the
stuff.
harsh lighting and everything. It looks great.
And it just like it just feels like this is the climax. This is where it all is gonna just culminate right now. The time's gone by. It's pretty much it's nighttime. This is around the time when he said that they would probably get caught, or at least that the cops would catch up to them. And it feels like the teacher's there. There's a lot going on, but
Yeah, and everything about this movie feels like they're in a middle of nowhere Midwest town.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Right? And like a lot of movies, they try to like capture like, oh yeah, Midwest, like kind of like farm country and stuff like that. And they don't really do it well.
Yes.
Right? But I feel like this really does capture it. Like, we've got it on the screen right now. And they had a shot where he was out in his car, and I didn't notice this when I watched it the first time, but there's just like the side of a house laying in the woods.
I was
there.
gonna bring
And
that
it's
up.
like
collapsed.
yeah,
and,
and
Yeah.
like
It probably got
I-
like blown away by like a storm or something.
probably a
you know?
hurricane. This is outside of New Orleans, I believe, where they shot this. So
gotcha.
yeah.
Do they say where like it actually takes place?
I don't think they do.
Well, we do see when they drive away after the scene. We do see a Louisiana road
okay.
sign, so like a highway sign. So I guess you could, if you're from the area, I'm sure you could pinpoint like, oh, I know where exactly where that is.
Yeah.
But it's definitely reference, or I guess that's the reference that it's Louisiana. But But yeah, no, I think that it's like that. Really, like it reminds me a bit of like True Detective, because I think anything that takes place in like rural Louisiana is gonna do that. But like when they visit the mall where like his ex was working, and they're walking through and everything's just abandoned and empty.
Yeah.
It's like that's a lot of malls right now.
It's got that suburban rot kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I think it takes place at around like 2008 or something, because
it's
got
hard to
like
pinpoint, but yeah, with the cell phone.
with the cell phones. I mean, the
yeah.
razor. You know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Like it's definitely not modern.
But it is going for the suburban rot thing, which is where I
Yeah.
think the mall stuff does work.
There's a real mall, like the Pointe Hills Mall where they shot Back to the Future. That's like their claim to fame there. But I always call it the saddest mall in America, because you go there and literally every like a business is shut down. You walk through, it's like before they started like walling off entire like wings of that mall, you could walk around and just see how empty everything is. The only thing keeping it alive is like an AMC and a
movie
Round
theater.
One. But besides that, it's just like
Are none of the big
desolate.
department stores left?
no, nothing. Like
Well-
Sears is gone, JCPenney's gone. Oh, JCPenney's been gone. But like there's just and
They have the-
Sears.
they have
And
the
I
pretzel
think
place.
round
Dude, I
one
used to hang
is
out
going
there.
away soon too.
No,
The what?
even the
Round
pretzel
one is going
place.
away.
Oh, the pretzel place is gone.
Yeah,
now too?
the Wetzel's Pretzels is gone.
We saw Eddington there, and we got pretzels after. That was the most
Yeah.
pleasant part of that night.
and now it's like gone. There's also that hot pot place, but I think that's it. Those three spots are the only thing keeping that place
And the
open.
theater's probably going to close soon too.
And
way.
same with round one. No, that whole place is. I don't think it's going to last much
And what's so
longer.
sad about
They're
it too?
probably going to turn into a data center.
They are actually.
Like,
That's the plan.
Oh my god!
There
dude,
are a
this is
lot
so
of
tragic.
there are a lot of petitions online to stop that though right now.
Fuck
It-
yeah!
It's such a historic place. Like
I mean, it's like
I
it's
don't know about historic.
Is it
they-
Back to the Future, dog?
I'm sorry, that makes it historic.
They have the Twin Pines Mall thing
down the
there.
street. We got the what is it? The 7-Eleven or the Quick Mart from Wayne's World.
Oh, is
yeah.
that here?
No,
around
not
here?
Wayne's World.
Or sorry, not Wayne's World.
Bill and Ted's Excellent
Bill and Ted's
Adventure.
Excellent
yeah.
Adventure.
Doxing us.
How am I doxing you?
You're doxing us.
Oh, okay.
There's a much cooler film landmark right here too.
There
That
is.
is-
I mean, we're surrounded by great film
We're,
landmarks.
no, but
Anyway.
like one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we live in Southern California. There's a lot.
Come find us.
But anyway, the set design is fantastic. I was gonna say inside Benson's house too. There's like the wood paneling that is like inside, which also makes it feel very claustrophobic, and you know, just subconsciously, like the vertical lines and everything kind of just makes you feel like just more enclosed and just like I don't know. It's just it's like ooh, there's like a hoarder's kind of feeling too. It's just like oh, this place feels terrible, and just like little bits like that you get of like Benson's backstory. Nothing's ever like said straight up.
Oh.
But you just it's all implied visually and you know like through actions where it's like oh, this guy had a really dark past and he's trying to save in his own fucked up way. Randy's like future, because he's like kind of just knows it's over for him, you know. As soon as he pulled out that shotgun, that was it.
Yeah, you just made the decision. My life's going to end.
And I was gonna say that's actually we're getting into one of my favorite aspects of this movie, which is the fact that there's a lot of implied stuff, but we don't actually know anything about Kyle Gallner's Benson.
No.
It's all just through implication. There's never a scene where he like pulls over the car and goes, "Okay, Randy, the reason I'm doing this is because of this, this, and this."
When I was a boy.
There's a lot of clues scattered along that paint a not so pretty picture,
Yeah.
and we understand him, which is really all that we need to, and that's it. And I really like that about it. They don't bother to like over-explain everything. It's just boom. We get Randy's kind of story because that's what matters to
Yeah.
you know the movie we're watching, but with Benson, it's all implied. It's perfect how they like do that.
And I think that a lot of that comes down to who Benson's character is. He doesn't want to be understood. He wants to understand. He wants to like know who other people are, like understand why they are the way they are, because he doesn't feel like he fits.
Well, I think he wants to make sense of the world
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
way. Like he's obviously a very hurt person, and I think he sees like he's just been fucked. You could just get the sense that he's been screwed over.
Again and again, like
Yeah,
it's
and he sees this innocent, like nice guy, and he's just like, why can't you be normal? Like I'm,
yeah.
you know.
how Kyle Gallner's character is like basically trying to
Understand the world.
I think he's trying to understand himself, right? He's trying to like figure out everything that's going through with him. Oh, when he talks about what happened with when he figures out what Randy went through as a kid, his like big traumatizing event, which was that he like accidentally took out his teacher's eye, which is traumatizing, but he starts like laughing. And part of it is like, yeah, because it is kind of funny to think about it, I guess, to be like, wow, that is terrible, like a mishap situation, you know? But then it's also like reflecting of him of what he's probably like his traumatizing event, which is again heavily implied. It was probably way more horrifying for him.
It's
you know,
heavily implied he was sexually assaulted by a teacher.
exactly,
Yes.
and it's like that. You know, it's you never want to compare people's trauma. Of course, everyone's different.
Well, and
but
I
it's
mean-
just like that. Probably is so much more. Like, you know, there's probably way more that went into it. His mom doesn't look like she probably gave a fuck, and like, you know, the teacher was probably it was a thing that lasted long. Yeah, you never know, right? It's always a something else, but like him laughing about it kind of comes back around later when you think about it, when we kind of figure out what happened to him, and it's like, oh yeah, like his traumatizing thing was probably in his mind so much worse, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, in one situation, you know, what do you call it? Randy
Randy or Bradley.
Randy or Bradley, he hurt somebody,
Randy Bradley.
whereas Benson got hurt. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you
that's
know,
true.
it's like, what's the genesis of the trauma? It's like, you know, is it internal or external? And,
Yeah.
you know, I think that's kind of where the laughter comes from, where it's like he feels like it's a non-issue because he knows it could have been so much worse in his view, because he doesn't see hurting other people outside of himself as being a big deal.
Maybe, yeah. And I think also I like that Randy's source of trauma is something that, like he says, like it's something that he did. He made a choice. He did something he wanted to do in the moment, and it caused like all of this like pain and suffering afterwards. And that kind of helps, you know, reinforce his inaction throughout the movie, but especially in that opening scene where it's like, you know, someone might be like, oh, though he could have ran away, he could have, you know, done something else, but it's just like he doesn't, and he doesn't do it a lot. Like there's a lot of moments where it's like maybe he could have done something, but he doesn't, and it helps kind of reinforce that idea of like, why wouldn't you act in that moment? It's like, well, because
He's terrified.
he
Thinks he's going to fuck up. And
Yeah.
make it worse somehow.
exactly, and it wouldn't just result in his own pain, but somebody else's, and it's like that's you know, it's a very interesting thing.
I also wanted to say the whole accidentally blinding your teacher. I like how weird they went with Randy's trauma.
Yeah.
It's just such a bizarre choice. I don't know.
Which they actually revealed at the beginning of the movie, but
Yes, they
you
do.
didn't understand it. Like I said, it seemed like something supernatural and weird was going on, at least to me.
I
But-
think what it's meant to be is like that's how he's remembering this past event, right? As in it was like super visceral, and like I doubt she was like in his face like
I doubt
like,
she
you
was
know,
gushing blood that way.
And I
like-
doubt there was no other kids, and the lighting was terrifying.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like I think it was just that like you know, it's like as we do, we kind of romanticize things from
Dramatize things.
in the past. We misremember them as being like way crazier than they really were. And yeah, and so I think it really works in that way, that like you kind of see it unfold. And then later when you finally meet her, I love the way that it's like, I don't even want to call it a subversion, but like the way that she's such a sweet person, you know?
Yeah.
And she's immediately like forgiving and like empathetic to him. And it's like, oh, that's great. 'Cause you know, it would be very easy to think that she would immediately kind of be like, oh, like bitter or something else. But it's like, no, it kind of underlines I feel like the central thesis of this movie, which is like, you can endure trauma, but you can get past it, you know, but you have to kind of like, try. Nah, that's like, I don't know.
I
But
think
like,
I think the bigger part of the trauma
you have to face it, I think.
wasn't
you know, a
actually.
little bit.
I think the bigger part of the trauma wasn't actually the event actually happening,
Mm-hmm.
but actually Randy's mom and how
yeah.
she acted, right?
Yeah, how she responded to
How
it.
she responded to it, because you know, you get the one scene with the phone call from her, and you can just tell that she's a little bit unhinged. She's not stable, and that she's a little bit overbearing and controlling, and to the point where she makes Randy feel bad about himself for
Yeah.
wanting things, or wanting to, be independent or wanting to do anything that's outside of like this strict, like, okay, you need to do this, then this, then this. And, you can't deviate from it at all.
Yeah, and like what I found interesting about, like, Randy tells a story about how he poked his teacher's eye out or whatever, and then he's like, and then my mom decided it'd be a good idea for me to do it again. Like, he had to fucking redo second grade.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
It's
He wasn't allowed
very
to move
fucked
on.
up. Yeah, it was just like, no, you fucked up. Now you have to do it again.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he did fuck up. Like, that's not like
Yeah.
throwing an eraser at a teacher isn't cool, but like the consequences of it is just so massive and compared. Like, that's a 2-day suspension max, but now it's a lifetime of trauma.
Yeah, like he wasn't trying to take her eye out. He was just like, man, like, flicking it at her, just like whatever, which is like, hey, go get detention or something like that at worst. But it was like the worst case scenario.
Worst possible
It
thing that
ruined
could have happened.
her life for like a little while
It
too.
ruined his life.
Yeah. But yeah, circling back to like the great set design and everything. I love that when we go to her house, it's like a nice yellow house, and then you see her and she's got the eye patch and it's like a pastel color, and she's like has overalls and she's like painting, and she has like a little dog there, and she's like a sweet lady, like the most ideal like elementary school teacher kind of like the stereotype at least. And she's super like, I don't know, she's like nice and like welcoming. It's like, weirdly enough, it's like the best thing that could have happened to him is like just him having to go and confront her again, right? And that's like the irony right throughout this movie is that like it's like this is actually in a really messed up way,
Kind
like,
of a wholesome movie.
yeah, it's like kind of good for him in a way, but like, yeah, and like
I think it's really good for him. Like, I mean, just the shift that happens afterwards. Yeah, I mean, like, how many people did
Five people.
Yeah,
He saw 5 people die.
he saw 5 people die, and he was better for it.
so weird.
it is like that. I did want to bring that up though. It is strangely wholesome, even though it's really fucked up and scary.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre feeling when you finish this movie. It's like, okay,
Because he even has another phone call with his mom again, and it's like,
better.
yeah, it's way better. She's like, okay, yeah, like, take your time or whatever, just let me know, rather than just like, you got to come home right now, like, I don't know.
I want to talk about. I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of this line. There's a great line though during the scene you were just talking about, where they're at the teacher's house, and I think the teacher says something along the lines of, "Some people aren't ready to heal." Then it cuts to like Kyle Gallner in the bathroom, like washing his like fucked up like
Knuckles and
hands
stuff.
from beating a man to death. And by the way, that scene's very tense, and it does such a great job of like. They're in the whole thing is they want the teacher's address, so they go to the office, and Kyle Gallner kind of like cons his way into getting her address, and then you see the other like administrator or teacher walking out, and you just instantly know something's wrong. And I love how the movie's able to do that, where you're instantly like, oh, something really bad's about to happen. And then once it happens, I think you understand Benson a lot better as a character.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just like this movie creates tension very well.
Well, and honestly, I think one of the most tense moments of this film was right after that, when the teacher then gets the phone call from the school.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, shit. Like, bad stuff's about to happen. And then it doesn't for a while. Which,
I mean, he does kidnap her.
but I mean, like, it's better than the alternative, to be honest.
And it's like in his threat when she's like, oh my god, like apparently someone beat him to death, like you guys were just there, did you like say anything? And they're like, no, and they're like, and he's just like, did he die? And she's like, he didn't make it, pretty much. And he's like, oh, that's terrible. And he like scratches his face, and you see his like bloody knuckles and stuff, and it's like, yeah. And then she like takes them. I forget what's like the inciting incident. Why does he decide to take her? Do you guys remember?
Because Randy
she
tells her.
realizes it. She kind of like realizes
Well,
that
yeah,
something's
right?
up. Yeah.
And then he's just like, well, she's got to go with us now.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
kill her.
He was going to kill her, and then Randy convinced him otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, this supposed like, no, hold on, let's go.
you said
And-
today was about helping me, Benson. How is that going to help me? And he's like,
Yeah,
okay.
which is great because you see Randy, like like I think the first time he really decides
Stands
to
up
like
for
stop
himself.
is like when he's beating the shit out of the teacher, and then he's like, stop, like, you know, because he was gonna kill him, and then he's like, no, don't, like, let's go to the teacher's place. And then after that, then it's like he's again gets him to keep the other teacher alive. And then finally at the diner scene when he calls him out and he's like, you said it wouldn't do anything, it wouldn't change her life, but she decided to like stand up to you, you know.
You shot her for it.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, go ahead.
One of the other lectures that Benson gives Randy, kind of towards the beginning of the film, where he's like, you know, I think that when I told you that you need to start making your own decisions and start doing things, you took that to mean that you should, you know, not do what I say, but you should do what I say. I forget exactly how he said it.
He
but
says something along the lines of, I think I'm sending you mixed messages.
yeah.
And he even says, maybe that is the right thing. Maybe. But he's kind of like, you know, but I have a fucking gun, so you should probably just do what I fucking
like,
say.
honestly, I think that sets the tone for this film so well.
Yeah,
don't know.
there is a lot of that, like, again, the indecision, like we said, right, where it's just like you don't know really what the right thing to do is. And I love that one scene where they stop at a gas station, and Benson goes inside, and Randy's outside, and it's like he's with the car, he's by himself, he's in an open area, he could maybe run away or figure out something to do, like to get away from this, right? And then Benson's looking at him, and then he just. And immediately knows exactly what he's thinking, and he just pulled out his gun and points it at the gas station employee, and he's just like, fuck. He's like, okay, like, I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, I know it's.
And yeah.
And I think that's another thing with Benson's character and Randy's character is the whole time, it also feels like Randy is indulging Benson a little bit because he's worried about what he would do, like if he got left alone. Like, you know, he's worried he would kill more people. And he's hoping that he's able to stop people from getting hurt just by staying with Benson and trying to keep him calm a little bit.
Yeah, I did get that.
Yeah.
That like, I felt like Benson. That's one of the reasons maybe he wanted Randy around, was to like give him something else. Like, he wants that purpose, right? He wants to be like, well, I did this, and I should get something out of it. Like, I mean, at least like I don't know, maybe I get an epiphany or something. But like, he's also like, it does feel like he's waiting for Randy to stop him at some point, right?
Yeah, I think Benson knows throughout this movie that this is probably going to be his last day.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Earth.
100%.
And he kind of wants it to be Randy that puts an end to him. And in a way he does. He dies by suicide by cop, but like Randy really puts an end to the
his chaos, his like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
his little campaign, whatever. Like, I don't know.
Benson's a really complicated character because despite everything, I you kind of like him.
He's
Even
kind
though
of funny.
he's
Yeah.
really funny, and like you kind of empathize with him towards the end. He's just a complicated character because he's like a horrifying monster, but you don't hate him necessarily.
I love his wardrobe, his like furry green.
Oh my god, yeah,
jacket.
it's a wild outfit.
And his shirt, which I guess some people are
buddy.
saying is a reference to Donnie Darko. I don't know if that's
Okay.
intentional or not. I mean, it feels like it could be, but like, yeah, the little, you know, the bunny. I forget the rabbit's name in Donnie
Frank.
Darko. Frank. There you go.
So yeah, another thing with it is I don't know. Kyle Gallner's character is just, he's got this intensity about him where he's two different people at the same time, right? Because you see it when he's in the school. He knows how to talk. He knows how to act to kind of convince people
charming.
that he's charming and good and stuff like that.
Marsha.
Right? And when he's in places, he can act normal, but then when it's just him and Randy alone, or like when it's with him, Randy, and his mom, where, you know, his mom knows the real him, he's a totally different person. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's, I feel like he feels like there's very few people he can open up to, and he has to put a mask on the whole time.
Yeah.
And the part that I like about Benson is him when he's masked. When he's unmasked, he seems crazy and unhinged.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's as part of it is like the, I don't know.
He's learned how to cope with his trauma, and like maybe
Not
not,
in a
cope,
good way.
No.
maybe not cope, but like be a presenting functional
Yeah.
human being.
I think it's most people, right? You kind of
Yeah, you
you're
have
just-
to.
yeah, it's how you survive. It's how you don't go postal, or it's just like everything's fine, I guess, and it's like no,
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I had two more things I really wanted to talk about before we wrap up.
yeah,
Okay.
One thing, this goes back to something you were saying way back when, so I probably should have mentioned it like 30 minutes ago.
how dare you?
But there's a couple of things in this movie that are funny until they're not, and I like that. The whole, like, in the very beginning, Bradley. That's not my name. My name's Randy. Like, it's really funny at first. The first couple times it's funny until you really understand his character. You're like, oh, it's kind of sad. And then conversely, Kyle Gallner, like, does your friend want anything? I'll take a giraffe. Like, that's really funny until it's not, and it's kind of sad. And I like that motif that the movie has. And I was gonna say, that scene that's my favorite scene in the whole movie. Is that like I've almost teared up both times. Right before he suicides by cop, Randy says, "You're still in charge, Benson," and he gives this like monologue about how like when he was a kid, he went and like to the zoo and he was really wowed by the giraffes, and he got home and he said he wanted to be a giraffe, and then he says, "I was never in charge," before he goes to like essentially kill himself. That's such a great fucking like moment.
Yeah.
'Cause it's all about like innocence lost, right? Oh, so good.
Well, one thing I think is hilarious at the end of the film, like the last shot of the film is their two stuffed animals that they made,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, Benson just put a dick on his animal or on his giraffe. I was like, what? And it's just sitting in the teacher's house now, like totally normal. I don't know, just like. I don't know why that stuck with me. I just thought that was just weird and crazy.
It is a lasting
Yeah.
image. I think this movie does really kind of stick with you.
Yeah.
Maybe the last element that I want to talk about is like there's a scene where he's talking about like he breaks down the calculation of like the timeline, right? He's like, this is gonna happen and that's gonna be this many hours and blah blah. He's like 7 hours that we have. It's like, who knows where we're gonna be in 7 hours? And again, initial impression, I was like, okay, so they're going to be traveling. They're going to be stopping like places along the way.
That's
and
what I
then,
thought, too.
and it's going to end in like a Bonnie Clyde like shootout or something. He's going
That's
to
what I
die or
thought,
something,
too.
right? And then it's like, no, they stay in the town. They stay within probably like a
20-mile radius.
They
Yeah,
go to the
it's like-
same diner twice.
Yeah.
exactly. Like it's like he's so far gone. The point of like that. He can't even escape this place. That he can't even like right now
Leave
when
it.
there's nothing else really holding him back. He knows he's like doomed at this point. He still can't even leave this like small little town, and it's like that's so tragic.
And Randy gives that great line that here you are driving around the same roads you've driven your whole life.
yeah, it's like
Because I thought that too when the first time I saw this, when he's like, and who knows where we're gonna be? Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a road, what's it called, road trip,
trip,
kind of
yeah.
like fugitive thing at that point. But no, they just like they chill like fucking 10 minutes from their crime scene.
goes
the whole
back to the
movie.
school, goes to the mall, goes back to the diner, and it's like it's like he
A place
can't-
where
and you
both of
realize-
them probably have a lot of memories. You
Yeah.
know, a bunch of places that they've.
yeah.
And you
Couldn't
realize
do.
that he didn't mean where are we going to be physically. He meant it emotionally.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like, where are our lives going to be at this point?
There's
Like, you
a
know,
lot of layers of sadness.
Yes, it's sad, but also wholesome. It's strange.
yeah.
and then
good.
it also shows that he's not trying to run away from what he did. You know,
No.
he has no shame about the things that he's done.
He figures out his timeline and he's like I don't know, he just wants to do something in that time. And like I said before, I think he's trying to like give it a purpose, right? And he's trying to like give himself something. And it's like, I did this already, this horrible thing, and what can I do now? And he's devoted to try and like save this dude.
But is he trying to save him, or is he trying to justify his own existence through corrupting him? To say, see, look, I was right all along. Like, my way of life is better. I was able to help this person through showing them how they should be as a person. And then that justifies his existence.
I don't know if he's like I don't know if he's trying to like convert him to his way of life. I think he's trying to break him out of the cycle, right? He's like basically like, this is like, my life turned to complete shit, and it's like maybe you can get out of it. So he's trying to give him like a life raft in his a horrible, twisted way, but like, you know, he's literally having him face all the you know, the mistakes in his past and everything, from his girlfriend to his, you know, teacher and everything.
Things he was never able to do. I think
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of parallels to their character. He does say at the end, I was never in charge, but I think it goes back to more probably killing those people was arguably one of the only decisions he ever made in his life as well. You know,
Yeah.
he just decided I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he did it, and it almost freed him in a way, you know?
For 7 whole hours.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the homoeroticism?
Yeah.
This movie's.
I don't see it.
You don't see it, dude?
I
Literally
think
when
at
he's
the
like,
very dude, it feels like Kyle Gallner is his dom. That's like how it feels like.
Yeah, yeah.
At the very least, Kyle Gallner's.
But I
got
don't
some
I don't
feelings
see
about
like
Randy.
a sexual or erotic element to it, right? Like I feel like they're just like
It's
I
not
don't
on
know.
not on
It's-
Randy's side.
Yeah.
No.
Like Kyle Gallner, I think like might want to fuck Randy or
I think
something
that he's
like
just
that.
striving to have like a deep personal relationship with somebody.
Well,
And
yes.
he feels like this is a person who's actually seen like the real him, and like yeah, he might be a little bit scared, but he's kind of accepting of him at the same time. And I think that that's more so what he's trying to get.
I agree, but I think a lot of people try to find those connections and stuff through sex. And I think,
Yeah.
you know, it's often unfortunate that, like, you know, people who deal with like molestation and stuff at a young age, that's how they were basically conditioned to believe that that's how you connect with somebody or whatever. And I think that's kind of what he was doing. It's like, I think it's one of those things that's very lightly hinted throughout.
Yeah.
But I think it is there. 'Cause,
Oh,
I mean,
it's
he-
for sure there.
He asks him like, are you gay? And again, I don't think he's gonna be like, all right, now fuck right now. No, but like he's just kind of like, okay.
Feeling him out.
And the way that he looks at him, you know, and then he's like, and then he asks him if he's a virgin and stuff.
There's
and
the
like,
whole like he wipes his tears off his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also the whole. I think it's actually the scene that's on right now. It's the whole like you're gonna be a good boy for me, right? Like
Yeah.
there's just a little bit of homoeroticism, particularly on Benson's side for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting. It like this is a very nuanced movie. There's a lot going on
Yeah.
between these two characters.
Even right here when she's asking him like about his Motorhead shirt, it's like it says Born to Lose, and that's a song that has like elements about that where it's like basically someone who's kind of born into a situation, obviously like the title, you know, like it's like you're kind of born to circumstances that are out of your control and everything like, you know, sucks. And that's yeah.
See, I wouldn't have known that. I don't listen to Motorhead.
Yeah, Motorhead's great, dude.
I was about to come. I'll take a giraffe.
Yep.
Yeah, anything else you guys want to touch on? I feel like we kind of hit a lot.
We could do final thoughts.
Yeah.
You want to start, Miles?
Like I said, I enjoyed this movie. I think it's better than the other Kyle Gallner movie I've seen.
Dinner in America.
Dinner in America.
I agree.
That's
Not as
considered
good
blasphemous,
as
by the way.
not as good
Whoa.
as Jennifer's Body though, which I didn't realize he was in until right now.
That's hardly a Kyle Gallner
Yeah.
movie, I think. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen Dinner in America, but I've heard a lot of good stuff.
I
about
really
it.
like Dinner in America. I just think that
It's all right.
this is a technically superior film.
It sounds like when people are mentioning it, I'm like, did I like miss a movie from like the 70s? That sounds just like
Right?
a movie that had been out for a long
I
time.
really
It seems
like-
like a classic film that like would have who's that that old kind of chubby guy with the weird voice, kind of bald with white hair.
What?
I don't know.
What's his name? He was in The Princess Bride.
Oh, you're talking about what is this fucking
you're thinking
man?
of like Dinner with Andre. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. I always
yeah.
think of that movie when like
Something
before I saw
Wallace,
it. Yeah,
Bro, I tried watching Dinner with Andre once.
yeah.
Couldn't do it.
But like
fucking do it.
that's kind of like what I expected it to be when I heard the name until I actually saw it, and I was like, okay, this is like so much different. I'm glad I watched this movie.
Wallace Shawn. There you
Wallace
go.
Shawn.
I
Yeah.
like Dinner in America. We don't have to get into the.
But yeah, let's go. Final thoughts for this movie.
Yeah.
I
Jason.
really enjoyed. Oh, I'm
go ahead.
sorry. I was-
No, you're good. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I was like, this is very much a Blake choice, but but there's, you know, it's good. I liked it. Yeah, it's just like, again, the steeped in a lot of stuff. Like there's the momentum to the film that really kind of carries it through, which is something that I always like, you know, I have ADD, so like it's nice when a movie just like bang opens up and it just immediately
going.
pulls you in, and I'm just like, woof, all right, here we go. And yeah, there's so much that like there's a lot of thought and care that you can tell that they put into this, even though it's like it's subtle, and I appreciate that. So great movie. Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, I agree. I think the strongest points of this movie are the two characters and the two actors. I think they both bring a lot. We talked a lot about Kyle Gallner, not a whole lot about
Johnny Birch.
Birchtold.
He was good, too.
He's
great.
fucking awesome. He's really good. He is able to convey a lot of emotion through not really speaking all that much, especially near the beginning. But yeah, I think it's a well-written movie, well-acted movie, and it really... The only criticism that I could give it is I wasn't really a fan of the ending. I thought it was too much too soon for Randy to be like that good. He was still injured. Like he has his sling on and he's just like his life was completely different. I feel like you'd need at least a couple years of therapy after this to, be functional again. But other than that, yeah, I liked it. Definitely better than Dinner in America.
Damn it, Miles. I wish you said that funny fucking thing you said the other night when we watched it. Jason said exactly what he just said. He said, I feel like he's going to need a little bit of therapy after this. And you're like, that was the therapy.
No, I do agree that it does feel like by the end, I was like, oh, this is like a year or two later or
It
something.
was just too perfect.
Yeah, and it was
too
like,
perfect.
oh no, this was like last week. That's crazy.
My final thoughts. I really, really like this movie. I don't know. I think it's great. I do have a slight criticism, which is I think there's a couple of awkward moments of direction, particularly early on. There's just a couple moments that linger on a little too long. But like overall, I think this is a great fucking movie. It's very tense. It's very sad. It's also very wholesome. There's really funny parts. And yeah, both actors, Kyle Gallner and I'm just going to make sure I'm saying his
Johnny
name right.
Birchtold.
Johnny Birchtold are just fantastic in it.
Yeah.
There's Johnny.
I think they're both just great. Johnny Birchtold kind of looks like the actor who plays Dexter's son in like New Blood.
Dude, I was like, the whole time I was watching this, I was like, where do I know this guy from? But I was looking up his IMDb and I didn't recognize him from anything else. I'm like, he just has that like look that like,
he looks like the Dexter's son actor a little bit.
yeah,
A
and like,
little
and, like
bit.
he looks like the oh my gosh, the guy from Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Chronicle.
Dane DeHaan?
Dane DeHaan. He looks a little bit like Dane DeHaan, but it's like I'm like I don't know. But apparently he does like TikTok stuff, which I didn't know. But whatever. I'm not familiar with that either. I'm not on TikTok. But I was like, oh, okay, so he's around at least. So maybe I did see like a clip from his thing or
Yeah.
something. But yeah.
But anyways, great movie. I'm really glad you guys all liked it.
Did you like it better this time or the
I think
first
I
time?
actually liked it more. It's been about a year since I've seen it, and I think I actually do like it more upon rewatch. And it's just because like going in and really seeing those nuances, because I like how subtle they play a lot of things. When I feel a lot of movies would have made them very over the top and very in the forefront. They do a lot of things really subtle here, and I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, you guys want to get into what we've been watching?
Sure.
Miles, what Tim Allen anime are you watching?
Dude, there should be a Tim Allen.
I have
anime.
not been watching any Tim Allen animes. I will say we do have some animes coming out next month, so I'll probably be talking about
so excited
those.
to hear you talk about those.
Yeah, yeah.
boy.
Jujutsu Kaisen has been awesome.
Yeah. No, there's been okay animes this season. Frieren has been going well, staying strong. I'm just going to talk about him because I know Blake doesn't like it right now.
This is your fault. Blake.
You shouldn't have brought it up. You shouldn't have brought
What
it
is
up.
it? My Life as a Vending Machine or whatever?
No, that starts in 2 weeks
Oh,
for the
Yeah,
next
there you go.
season. Yeah.
Did he evolve?
I want updates on that.
Did he evolve into like a microwave or something?
Actually, yeah, he does have a microwave function. Yeah.
Pretty bougie.
Who would have known? Yeah.
Pretty bougie vending machine.
Yeah, it really is.
Watch any movies by chance?
Yeah, I watched this movie.
Miles doesn't watch movies.
No, I watched the Tiger Woods documentary and Happy Gilmore. I've kind of been on a golf kick recently.
Nice.
But yeah, the HBO documentary on Tiger Woods, it's like 2 parts. It's pretty good. Pretty interesting.
Have you seen Happy Gilmore before?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you like it? Like, I mean, you watched it again, so I'm like,
No,
I
I like Happy Gilmore. That's the era of Adam Sandler that I find acceptable.
that is the golden era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
like The Waterboy, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Big Daddy, like
Yeah.
those are great movies.
That's great.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised. I feel like I thought for sure you're gonna be like, I hate those or something. But like, that's cool.
No, yeah, I mean, Billy Madison can get a little bit annoying once in a while, but overall, I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Right. Same with The Waterboy and same with Big Daddy. It's weird.
One of my favorite
It's-
lines from
It's
Billy
towing
Madison
the edge. Yeah.
is what's his face? Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh,
I think
you're
I cut
good.
you short. But is Chris Farley when he's a school bus driver and like he's like, oh yeah, I've been hitting that or whatever. And he's like, no, you haven't. But like when they're all letting on the bus and he's just like, he gets on, and he goes, everybody sit down, no yelling on the bus. Like, I don't know why. And it's just like, no yelling on the bus. It's just like that's one of my favorite lines from that like any Adam Sandler movie for some reason. Anyway,
Yeah.
Me?
Jason.
Okay. I watched 5 movies.
This is like a big event
Jeez.
for you.
Yes. I watched them all in one day, and they're all very short movies. It's a series of movies called, what's it called? The Blackwell Ghost. Have you heard of this?
No.
No? Okay.
Miles looks annoyed right now.
I'm not annoyed. I'm just like, I got no idea what these movies are.
It's very like heavily inspired by Paranormal Activity. All of them are like an hour and 10 to an hour and 20 minutes long, and it's just basically one guy making these movies by himself, which I think is fucking cool.
Yeah.
They're not the greatest movies I've ever seen, but it is kind of interesting because the movies get better as they go. And you could see him getting better as an actor and as a filmmaker, and that's fun to see as a writer. But really, it's just this dude alone in a house over and over again. It's the same fucking plot. I mean, there is an
it's like the Paranormal Activity. It's pretty much exactly the Paranormal Activity.
there is an
movies.
overarching plot, but like the movies really it could very easily be a television show because every movie just handles like one plot point and
Nice.
moves the story forward. But I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. This guy's like, just like, fuck it. I'm just going to make there's 8 of them and a 9th one's coming.
You're gonna finish the series?
Yeah, I'll continue watching them.
That's awesome.
They're not great. There's a lot of just banging around the house that happens. He doesn't even do a lot of investigating. His whole thing is he wants to investigate, but really he just sits on the couch and is just like scared a lot of the time. But I don't know. I was entertained by him. The main guy, the one guy, he's charismatic enough, and like he gets the job done. So
where can we watch these movies?
on Amazon. The first one's there for free. You got to rent the rest. In the first one, it was kind of before he figured out his formula. It's him and his wife in the house. But from the second movie on, there are other characters, but they get like 0 screen time. Most of it's phone calls. But yeah, he just decided he was gonna do this, and they have a big cult following. They're fun watches, but not anything,
Groundbreaking.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It's a found footage.
Found footage.
Found footage.
Fan footage.
Found footage.
Are they like new? Like they come out? Are they contemporary?
Yeah, I think the first one may have been like 2016, 2017.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I think on average he makes one a year.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
That's a hard thing to do, even if it's like a super low budget, like simple thing. It's like to get yourself to do that every time.
year.
It's harder than people would think.
Yeah. And people seem to like them. I'd recommend them, but don't like go into it thinking it's going to be the
like a
scariest thing.
masterpiece.
A lot of it isn't scary. It's a very it's much more reserved than Paranormal Activity that tries to get as like big and crazy as possible.
The marked ones had.
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah, the marked ones was insane.
Yeah.
What's the next one? The Ghost dimension or some
yeah,
shit
something like that. Marked one as was it Cholos versus Witches? It was so funny.
I've never heard of any of this.
Yeah.
I like the third one, I think.
The first one I remember like terrified me when I saw it, but I was also like 12, I think, when it came out. And I was like, I remember me and Ricardo went to go see it, and we were both like, "That was so scary." And then like the other, like the first
The
three,
second one's bad, if memory serves correct.
I think the first three were like they're all right. It was all basically the same thing. The only difference is like now it's a family. And then I think the third one like tried to
remember
tie
really-
in everything else.
I
Like, it
actually
was weird.
remember. I mean, I saw it in high school, so it's hard to say. But I remember really liking the third one.
Uh,
That's with the two sisters.
yeah, it's like in
and,
the 80s and stuff.
They're like communicating with a demon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's Katie in the past,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah, I remember. I mean, I kind of doubt it would hold up, but I remember liking it in the theaters as like a 15-year-old when
Yeah.
it came out.
Yeah, I remember the second one. There were just so many shots of the pool.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what
Nothing
I'm saying.
fucking happened at the pool.
That's why I recall the second one is just boring. The first one's like, it's neat, whatever. The second
Yeah.
one's boring as fuck, and I don't even think there's even a climax. I think it's just
No,
somebody
it's
swimming.
the twist is that Katie is dealing with the same thing basically the other time, and then she shows up at the end of the movie to take the baby for some reason, and then in the third one you figure out why basically, and then in the fourth one then there's just like I don't know, it's whatever. Then there's a whole coven of witches, and then there's Cholos for some reason, and yeah.
And then there's the ghost dimension.
Yeah.
Ron, I know you've watched like 8 million movies.
I did. This like past week, I was basically just watching a movie a day. I was just in a movie mood. I'd come back from work and then just watch a movie. So I did watch a lot, but I'm not going to talk about all of them. But I was on like a Christopher Guest like binge. So I did watch A Mighty Wind and Best in Show. I don't know if you guys have seen those, but Christopher Guest is the guy who did like this is Spinal Tap and stuff. And so he's like mockumentary style stuff. And they're so funny. Like A Mighty Wind is like you're following like this like this group from the 60s. They're like basically these like folk singers that have like come back for like this big reunion show, and you kind of like you just have like 4 different like groups, and I don't know, they're all just hilarious. Like it's a really funny one, but I think Best in Show is a little funnier. And then I watched Now and Then, which I don't know if you guys ever seen that one.
I
You ever
don't
heard
know what that is.
I
I
think
Okay.
I've heard of it.
So that one is like basically it's like this it's you're following these 4 girls. It's kind of like I think someone said it was like Stand By Me but for girls.
Oh, Miles
like-
would love it.
Yeah, it's like it's honestly it's a good movie. I totally recommend it. I even thought about like I was like this might be a good pick for someday because like I don't think anyone ever talks about this movie. And I watched it a ton as a kid because my sister loved it, and so we would just watch it all the time. But yeah, it's like this. It's kind of like flashing back to like these girls in like in 1970, the summer of 1970, and they're like just dealing with being young teenage girls. And there's a lot of stuff that happens along the way. It's also a little creepy, which I like. And there's just like, because it's like, being a kid is scary. And so there's some kind of scary elements in there. And there's other stuff that's happening. It's a good one.
Nice.
And not just hit every other one. But me and
Watched
Rosie,
Legion.
we did watch Legion. I wasn't even going to talk about that one. But yeah, we did
You
watch
should
Legion,
definitely talk about that one.
which is
Why'd you
the...
watch that?
I don't know, really. I think it's just because like I'd thought about it for a while. Like I was like, I remember liking it. So I was like, let me revisit it. I was kind of nervous. I was like, I don't think it's going to hold up. And it didn't really. But like, there's some cool stuff. It's like when I talk about like movies that I think deserve a remake because it was like a cool concept, but
not
just
done well.
yeah, not executed well. Legion's one of those. I'm like the whole concept of like, a fallen angel come to Earth to kind of like stop the apocalypse because he still believes in humanity, even though God doesn't anymore. Is like
That's a cool idea. Yeah.
That's a cool concept, and he's like trying to defend these people and stuff, and like that's cool. But it's
God,
just
that
like
poster is cringe, dude.
yeah, it's not good. But it's fine.
It's from the same director who I think the very next year directed Priest. Do you remember that?
Oh, dude, Priest is another one. The same thing where it's like
same
Who's in
director.
that? Who's in Priest?
Jude Law.
no,
Not Jude Law. Sorry.
no, it's
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany.
I
Who's
mixed,
also
I mixed them up.
he's
I
also
mixed
the
them
lead
up.
in Legion. So it's again super similar thing where it's like a really cool concept.
but just done not that well.
Yeah, and Carl Urban is like the villain in that, who's like a former priest turned vampire. It's so cool, and like the idea that like humanity's been at war with like legions of vampires for thousands of years, and these like warrior monks kind of developed in this society that like fends off vampires. I don't know. It's
And
all
the guy from Blob from X-Men Origins, he's like the villain of Legion.
yeah,
He plays Gabriel, the Archangel.
exactly. Yeah, it's super
Kevin
dope.
Durant.
I don't know if Kevin Durant,
He's not in this movie.
It's really funny.
What's
though.
his name?
Kevin Durant, I think. But yeah, like there's one thing that I really liked about it though was their fight scene when Gabriel's like fighting. I'm like, this is how this is how Hawkman or Hawkgirl should fight in like the movies, where it's like he has these really tough wings and it's like it's basically like trying to fight someone with 6 limbs, you know? It's like it's rough and they're like slashing through people and it's like, I don't know, it's cool. I was like, I'm getting serious Hawkman vibe from this because he even has like a big mace, like a special mace that he's using and stuff.
I think I saw this movie.
Legion? Yeah,
Yeah.
The apocalypse movie that mostly takes place in a
in
diner.
a diner?
Yeah.
I rented this from Blockbuster.
I saw this in theaters.
When did this come out?
2010.
Okay.
Did this come
maybe I
out at the same
didn't.
time as Sherlock Holmes?
I
Probably
remember
around that
watching
same
it.
time.
Okay,
yeah.
so I do have a
Redbox.
story about this. I was not of age to go see R-rated movies at the time, and I went with a couple people. We bought tickets to go see Sherlock Holmes, actually at this movie theater right up the street, and we ended up just being like the most awkward people ever trying to sneak into this movie because they're like, "Oh yeah, this movie's gonna be good." It was not.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dennis Quaid is in it, and he's terrible.
yeah.
He's really bad. Like he's supposed to be like I don't know, kind of like dopey, like gas station owner guy or this like whatever this diner is, and he's just bad. Like Paul Bettany's one of those dudes who's just good in everything, and it really contrasts hard with him, who's just like he's not good. He's like, what's happening here? I think it's time for an explanation. And it's like I don't know. It's just like it's not a good performance from him at all.
I don't know why I still remember this, but I remember when I saw this in theaters, I just had like the worst seats too. It was like the very front to the far left. And I just remember being like, these seats suck. And then the movie started and I was like, oh, this movie also sucks.
Yeah, it's not a great movie. Honestly, it's not even like good like until like the last like 45
I don't think it's
minutes.
good at all.
I mean, it's not good, but it's like it's more interesting, I think, by like the 45-minute mark. Like once there's like I don't know, more things going on. But like it's just like the first opening thing is just like a bunch of survivors stuck in a place, and the problem is none of the survivors are like actually interesting, except for like maybe the cook who's like missing a hand, and then he like dies right away. And
that's
it's
the
just
same
like
thing with priests too. You had all these characters with like they're theoretically interesting.
yeah,
but,
and it's nobody's there.
like I haven't seen Priest also since it was in theaters, but the one thing I remember about that movie was that there was like such a blatant like Han Solo ripoff type character.
yeah.
Whatever.
That's the thing where it's like I kind of want to do a theme month like that, like pick a movie that you think has the good concept but like just executed poorly, and I think I might pick Priest in that case.
That'd be a
'cause-
great pick.
yeah.
I would
Okay.
pick like any Neil Breen movie. I'm just kidding.
I don't even
None
know
of
what the
those
con- I
had
don't-
good concepts.
I don't even know
yeah.
what the concept's supposed to be.
Clean, it's all clean.
Oh, sorry, Ron. Go on.
No, that's pretty much it.
I
I'll-
didn't mean to derail you. I'm talking about Legion.
It's okay, because after I finished that, I started watching Conan the Destroyer, which is one of my favorites. Shout out Arnold Schwarzenegger. That movie's fucking awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I also watched Atlantis. I was like on a fantasy kick, I guess. What about you, Blake? What have you been watching?
I watched one movie. It was Another Round. Do you guys know what that is?
Nope.
You guys haven't even heard about it? I feel like it was really acclaimed when it came out.
Nope.
When did it come out?
2020. I think it might have won.
I was at home drinking whiskey. Just
Having another round.
having another round.
yeah, exactly.
I think it like might have. This is gonna show how bad of like film critics we are. It might have won Best Foreign Feature that year. It stars Mads Mikkelsen. The movie it's got a very simple premise, which is actually what I like most about it because it just gets to the point really fast. Mads Mikkelsen is a teacher and he feels super undervalued and he's like bored and his life's kind of like dull. Him and 3 also teacher friends decide they read some theory that humans are born with a blood alcohol content 0.5 too low. So they argue that being 2 to 3 drinks in at all times is like the ultimate way to like live.
Just function. Yeah.
So they decide to start living perpetually 2 to 3 drinks in all the time. And they treat it, but the thing I like about it is they really do treat it like a science experiment. Like they're constantly like journaling their results. The screen will often go to text and like describe things in a very like scientific manner. And that's the movie. That's the whole movie. It's 4 dudes who decide to like basically always be a little bit drunk and
figure out a way to justify their alcoholism.
and as the movie goes on, it things escalate. Obviously, it's a movie. It's good. It has a really good balance of comedy and drama. Like it's a pretty funny movie. There's also some pretty like heavy shit in it as well. Mads Mikkelsen was really good. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, it did win Best International Film, and it was nominated for Best Director for Thomas Vinterberg. So
Who also directed another like really prominent Mads Mikkelsen movie, The Hunt. Is that what it's called?
the Danes are sneaky good filmmakers.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's a good movie. I recommend it. You might like it, Miles.
Yeah,
You know what?
it sounds interesting.
It is. I like how it takes its approach where they're doing a science experiment and it very much feels like it. Like the movie, everything about the movie reinforces that this is like a weird, kooky science experiment, except for the fact that, they're like, this is a little irresponsible. They're getting drunk and they teach children. And, it's a little funny because you'll see them like sneak into the bathroom to like down like a fifth of whatever. But anyways, Miles,
Yes.
it's your pick and we're doing a themed month. Oh my God.
Yeah. And so the
Hey.
themed month for this month is going to be book adaptations. So
yeah, there's a lot of
Adaptations
those.
books.
yeah, adaptations of books. So we're going to pick films that were adapted from books that we have read.
Miles, what's your pick?
Thank God they made a Cat in the Hat remake.
Is that the only book you're able to get through?
Yeah, it's like, oh, dude,
Oh.
it's like,
Even that's a little
yeah,
taxing.
thing
Yeah.
1, thing 2, it's like I can't even keep track.
So I was going to do the entire Lord of the Rings series.
Oh God.
But I figured that's been done a million times. So let's go for once with a new movie because
Okay.
we haven't done that in a while.
I don't know if you've
So-
ever picked a new film.
I have not, I don't think.
Yeah.
So my choice is Project Hail Mary, which
God.
just released.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
go watch it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to watching it. I really like the book. So yeah.
I think
It's
this
cool.
is the-
And then
I don't know
also
anything about this book or the movie, so I'm curious.
I have like 100 pages left in the book. I'm gonna try to finish it before the movie or before I see it. But it is a good book, and I am excited to see this movie. So
yeah.
Miles,
Yeah, I'm
good pick,
looking forward to it.
Miles.
yeah.
This
Should
is-
be
I think this
It's
is
getting a
interesting.
lot of acclaim right now. So
Yeah,
my
people have
friend
been
on
talking about
Letterboxd says he doesn't like it.
okay.
it. Well, it must not be good then.
And you guys can't say that I'm bandwagoning because I jumped on this movie like what 6 months ago when I first
yeah.
mentioned
yeah,
it.
I mean, you mentioned it.
it. You mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm on the bandwagon.
Phil Lord and Christopher Miller.
Yeah,
they're
They're
good.
good directors.
And I think Greg Fraser, who's the guy who shot like the Batman and the Dune movies and stuff.
Oh, cool.
He's like the hot new like DP
Cinematographer.
right now. Yeah, like he's kind of eclipsed Roger Deakins, at least in like newer
Twilight
movies
eclipsed.
and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's cool.
This is, I think, the first time since we've revamped that we've done a new movie. So that's cool.
yeah, right. Like
Yeah,
I think,
I literally don't think since we've revamped that we've done a current movie. We usually talk about something that nobody cares about.
it's funny because we did. I saw the TV Glow.
But then we didn't.
We never
release it.
released it, but it came out the same year that
Yeah.
that movie came out.
And
which
even
is-
that, to be fair, was like months late.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
we still
But-
watch that after its home release.
Yeah, by the time you listen to our episode, I think Project Hail Mary will be out for like 2
Couple
weeks, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 weeks. something
So
like that.
that's plenty of time for you to watch it. So no excuses, all right. So
Also, we should probably mention that we're switching our upload day
oh yeah,
to Mondays.
Let us know if that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Please don't be mad at us. We have lives outside of the podcast,
Nobody
unfortunately.
cares.
all
It's
12 of
fine.
you guys, we really appreciate you.
We have
Yes.
192 listeners, okay?
yeah.
And they all listen every week. Every one of them.
I think we have like 121 subscribers. or
No,
something
we
like
have like
that.
192, bro.
No, it's more than that.
We have 221.
221.
Hey, that's not bad.
That is not bad. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate every one of those.
Yeah.
All right.
You're good people.
Watch Project Hail Mary, and we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.